Welcome back. This is an Aleks training video on limiting reactants. If you remember, limiting reactants are simply the reactant that gets used up first. It's not what you seem to have the smaller amount of grams of or the smaller amount of moles of. It's whatever is used up first when you're making a product. So they're being very mean to us and making us come up with our own equation and then balancing it and then finding out what we've got. So we better get started. This says aqueous hydrochloric acid will react with solid sodium hydroxide. So they give us that these are the reactants. So I've got HCl, which they tell us is aqueous, means it dissolves in water, reacts with solid sodium hydroxide. Okay, to produce, so there's our reaction, aqueous sodium chloride and liquid water. Alright, so let's quickly balance this equation. Let's start with sodium, sodium and sodium. Okay, let's do chlorine. Chlorine and chlorine is fine. Let's do oxygen, oxygen and oxygen. Okay, let's do hydrogen. Hydrogen is 2 here, so that's 2 here. Okay, so that means I'm going to need 2 chlorines here, so I have to have 2 chlorines here, which means I'm going to have 2 sodiums, 2 sodiums. Alright, that gives me 2 waters. Two waters. Okay. Did I do something wrong? I must have done something wrong. To get 2 to 2 to 2 to 2 means it's the same as 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. I think I've just wasted your time. Let me scratch this out and we'll do it again. Okay. I have 2 H's. There's my problem. I have 2 H's here, 2 H's here, 1 Cl, 1 Cl, 1 Na, 1 Na, 1 O, 1 O. It was already balanced. Sorry about that. Alright, so that's balanced. Let me recopy it just for neatness. HCl plus NaOH yields NaCl plus H2O. Alright, now they're going to give us an amount of 2 of the reactants and ask us what the smallest amount that you can make is. Alright, and remember, you always go through moles. When you're given grams, convert it into moles and find out how many moles there are, and then compare it to the numbers that you know. Right now I know that it's 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. So let's see what we've got. We want 24 grams of hydrochloric acid. Okay, 24 grams, 24.1 grams, is mixed with 15 grams of sodium hydroxide. All right, and they want to know how much, calculate the minimum mass of hydrochloric acid that would be left over by the chemical reaction. Okay, evidently, they already told me that this is going to be used up. This will be used up first. This is our limiting reactant, and they want to know what my excess amount is. All right. So, if I know that this is my limiting reactant, let's find out how much 15 grams of this will make. Okay, so let's see. Let's make something. I don't know. Let's make water. How much water is going to be made? So 15 grams of sodium hydroxide. How many moles is that going to be? So I need to go over here. Sodium. There's 1 sodium is 22.989 Okay, one oxygen is 15.9994. Okay, and one oxygen is 1.00794. Find out what that is together. 22.989770 plus 15.9994 plus 1.00794 equals, that gives me 39.99711 grams per mole. Okay, so how much is 15 grams? 15 grams of sodium hydroxide at 39.99711 grams per mole of sodium hydroxide is what? 0.3750, okay, moles. So that's going to go here, 0.3750 moles. Okay. Okay. So let's make something over here. Let's pick water. 1 mole is to 1 mole as 0.3750 moles is to what? Okay. If I have 15 grams of sodium hydroxide and I have everything else I need, I can make 1 to 1, so it's 0.375 to 375. So I can make 0.375 moles of water if I've got that. Okay. Now, how much would I have how much water could I make if I have everything else and I have 24.1 grams of hydrochloric acid? So essentially you're doing this twice. So I need hydrochloric acid. H is 1.00794. Okay, let me move this up. Cl is 35.453. So that's 1 and 1. 1.00794 plus 35.453 is 36.46094 grams per mole. Okay. So how much do I have? I have 24.1 grams of HCl at 36.46094 grams of HCl in 1 mole of HCl. Okay, so how much is that going to be? .66098 moles. Okay, that goes here, 0.66098. So if I had all of the sodium hydroxide I needed, how much water could I make with hydrochloric acid? Well, 1 is to 1 as 0.66098 is to 0.66098. Okay. Well, which is going to get used up first? Do you see I can make it a smaller amount of water or salt or whatever. I can make a smaller amount with this 15 grams. So it's going to be used up first. So this is the limiting reactant. Now they already told you that it was, but this is the limiting reactant because it gets used up first. This is what I've got left over. How much left over do I have? That's what they're asking. The minimum mass of acid left over. Well, here is how much here's how many moles that I have of this, and here's how many moles I have of this, and this is what I can make. So this is how much I have, and this is how much is that I use up. So I'm going to have some left over. Subtract these two amounts. Okay, so take the 0.66 and subtract the other, 0.3750. That means I'm going to have excess of 0.28598 moles of the hydrochloric acid. That's how much I have excess. All right. Well, how many grams of that? They're going to ask for grams. How many grams of excess is that? How much left over is it? Minimum. So I need to go back through the periodic table. I'm going to use the 36.6 again, but I'm going the other way. I'm going from moles to grams and find out how many grams left over. So I find out how many moles I can make of one, find out how many moles I can make of the other, find out which one's smaller. It's the limiting reactant. Then whatever the bigger amount minus the smaller amount, that's the leftover, but that's a leftover in moles. I want leftover in grams, so I have to go back to find it. So this is going to be 0.28598 moles. And in 1 mole, this is HCl. 1 mole of HCl, I'm going to have 36.46094 grams of HCl. So multiply those two amounts. 36.46094. I'm going to have 10.427. Okay. And let's see. I have to go back to my amounts and find out what my smallest. Okay, this is HCl. So how much HCl was I given? Okay. I was given 3 significant digits and 2 significant digits. So I need the smaller amount. I need to do it to 2 significant digits. So that means it has to be 10 grams of HCl left over. It's going to take you doing this a couple times for you to have any understanding of this, but I believe eventually you can start piecing together these. Okay? And I'll help you in class.